see it. This is Piers Morgan's interview with the future 51st president of the United States, Sneeko.
2 years ago, I interviewed Kanye Ye West on Uncensored after he'd made global headlines for anti-Semitic outbursts. Most outrageously, he tweeted
Not
that
Kanye? No, he'll be the 50th.
To go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. It was a heated interview, a long interview. I held him to account. I told him his remarks were offensive. He caused many people a lot of pain.
Yeah.
And he gave me some back, of course.
Right.
He called me a Karen. Fair enough, I can take it. At least we have a...
Son of a Karen, oh my God.
mostly grown-up conversation. These constant tirades against Jewish people.
Have you felt my pain yet? You haven't felt my pain.
I'm not want to feel my pain.
Oh no, you don't hold accountability. You don't hold accountability to my pain for being a parent.
Do you believe?
Oh God. Here we go.
That you have any form of mental illness?
I believe that I suffered from exhaustion. I believe that I suffered from exhaustion. I suffered from being lied to constantly by the people around me, by my management, by my ex-wife.
Do you feel that?
I think that's what happened.
But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of him. I have a reason to be scared. You can get any country and they can take your ragged ass down and do it. Okay, why is it?
Doesn't necessarily have to be white. This dude got all kinds of fucked up by dating Kim Kardashian. Fucked up his entire life. That Cat Williams interview, it's kind of like, I feel like it will be one of those iconic interviews where people will go back on it and it will just become more real and more accurate every year. Kim?
Absolutely. Look, I love her for life.
That interview lasted 2 hours. Something on the ground, moments of tension, and moments, I think, of mutual understanding. Yeah, he got up and walked up at one point, and he had to think about what he wanted to say, and then he came back and he said it.
And we'll have the top lawyers like a Johnny Cochran, Robert Kardashian level legal team, you know, looking at all of these contracts together. After that moment happens, then I will say, I'm sorry.
Is that your position?
Interview adjourned.
He's back. Yeah, thanks for sitting back down. I'll change the subject now. Obviously, I've no idea what's going on in this guy's head, and he's unquestionably a genius artist with a global fan base and massive talent. He's lived most of his life under the microscope of intense fame, and that pressure alone can make people behave very oddly. Back then, I was trying to understand if Ye had any regret or remorse for what could have been a relatively isolated incident or some kind of episode. I wanted to know if he understood there are consequences for his words and whether he was genuinely a racist. Well, we now know it's just the tip of the iceberg. As far as the watching public is concerned, Ye has spiraled in both his personal life and his business life. Most recently, he's taken to posting endless, outrageous anti-Semitic slurs on X. He frequently professes.
Yeah, he's got a song. It's called Hail Hitler. It's on his new album coming out. Yeah, that's the song.
Great love for Adolf Hitler. He poses in swastikas and KKK costumes. He says things like Jews were better as slaves and they should be whipped. We all know this because X has allowed him to carry on doing it to his 33 million followers.
Which I totally support.
For a long time, his account should be shut down. It should be stopped.
Nope, I don't think so, Piers. I think he should be able to say what he thinks. Even if it's stupid, he should be able to say what he thinks. Absolutely. True free speech, yeah.
That's my opinion. I believe
Sure.
passionately in free speech and I detest censorship because I believe in the importance of sharing honestly held opinions in a democracy. But posting endless, vile, anti-Semitic insults,
Seems fine to me.
encouraging violence against Jewish people.
To be fair, that one I can agree with him on. I don't think encouraging violence is good. Yep. All right. That's fair.
These unhinged tirades on a privately owned platform has got nothing to do with free speech. I invited him back onto Uncensored because at least on my show, I can call him out for what he's been doing and put myself in between the 32, 33 million followers who see his post without any challenge whatsoever. Our producer spotted that he was in Spain with his friend Sneeko, and we invited both of them on. They very quickly agreed. So I spent several days talking about it. They found it around. Significant exchange, both time and money to me, my crew in Spain.
Fucking around. Okay. Why am I not surprised?
My team here.
Right.
He didn't tell us yesterday. What? I said, what to do today? Well, it seemed to me then it might all be a stuff. I went ahead and said, okay, I'll have another go today. Ye told Sneeko not to be offended if he stormed off shortly before today's interview started. You can judge for yourself how it went and whether Ye has any respect or, frankly, any marbles. But if you're so delusional or fragile you don't expect a journalist to ask you questions about the public sustained love of Hitler, you should probably talk to somebody other than me.
He's right. He's right.
Yeah. True.
What followed, frankly, was a farce.
I'm giving you most respect.
I actually think that Piers has been incredibly fair to super controversial people. I think he was really fair to Destiny. He was fair to Hassan. He was fair to Andrew Tate. He was fair to a lot of them, like he is. I unironically think he's fair. Actually, he was even fair with that guy. Who was that guy? The Palestinian. I think he was like a comedian or something like that. He got a number of times. I thought that was really good too. I forgot the guy's name. The Egyptian? Yeah, I think, yeah. Basim Yusuf. Yeah, exactly. I could be saying his name. Excuse me if I'm right now.
This is genuine nail fighter.
Not to me, but I can hop back on about whenever it's done. That nuance right there is idiotic. It just shows the hate that you put out for people that put love. There's so much love in the art.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
We have to admit this is somewhat entertaining. You know, this is going to be.
Right?
This shit's funny, bro.
Right in the well.
Laughed at by many people.
What's
It's not what I
what's
expected, but
entertaining?
that was funny.
Ye West is rarely out of the headlines at the moment. It's fair to say the headlines are equally rarely positive. The rapper, producer, and fashion designer is currently working on a new album. Several new tracks were previewed.
Do you guys think if the Hail Hitler song gets popular enough, they'll play it on the radio? Like, what if it gets... What if it's like Hail and then they have like, they mute who it is? Like, cause... like, all the states in the South. Oh, God. People call in. Yeah, I got a song request. It's from the new oh, shit.
Recent live stream with his friend Sneeko, and both Sneeko and Ye join me now. Well, welcome to Uncensored. Ye, we haven't spoken for a while. How are you?
I'm doing good. I don't use the term West, you know, the whole drop the slave name idea.
Okay, so we just call you Ye, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, look, when I last interviewed, we had a long conversation.
That's crazy. How about that? Bro's fresh? Yeah, he got that shit on.
When I last interviewed, we had a long conversation. And since then, a lot has happened in your life. And so I'm grateful for the opportunity to try and talk to you about some of this.
He's on his phone.
How would you say your life is at the moment?
I mean, you see that view?
Yeah.
people and artists that are championing the idea of someone being able to just express who they really are and have been able to go through the war of being attacked by the banks, being attacked, you know, by the banks. That's the best way. Who knows? But to be attacked by the banks and to still be here with this view is,
Yeah.
you know, that's the win. So I think that I'm in
Banks.
contrast to your contrast.
Okay, but the point I was going to make
Not going to say
is
the
that
brace of the doctor.
I watch what you put out on X. You've got 32 million followers. So you're one of the most followed people.
Wait. Now look right now. You're not gonna take inches off my dick, bro.
Smiled a little bit on that. He thought that shit was a little funny. Let's be honest, that shit was funny. You're not gonna take inches off my dick.
Look right now. You're not gonna take inches off my dick, bro. Like, how many
Yeah,
followers do I have?
Well, how many is it?
How many inches? Bro, we are so back.
I think you could do the study. You got a whole staff over there.
I thought it was 32 million. How many is it? You obviously know.
I mean, no. I mean, don't help them out. You know, they.
I'm told
gonna
it's
do whatever you
33
want, you
million
know.
now. So congratulations. You're slightly bigger following than I thought.
No, congratulations. Your information is correct. You're not just some, you know, dude trying to sub. You know, I'm a gift, bro. You know what I mean? Why do all you people in media act like you haven't played my songs at your weddings or graduations or at funerals or when your child was born? You know, you take somebody that's living like a.
True, bro. True. I remember very clearly we would listen to Gold Digger on the way to school freshman year of high school. 2004, 2005. Oh my God.
A Lennon, a Michael Jackson, and you just take all this time to just like that nuance right there. It's idiotic. It just shows the hate that you put out for people that put love. There's so much love in the
What are
art
you,
that I
with all
put out.
due
There's just
respect,
so many-
what are you talking about? I haven't said anything.
What are you talking about? It's 30. Okay, now you're not taking accountability or responsibility.
Literally, you
And,
said it.
you know,
You
what would-
implied I
what-
haven't
what
played
would
your
rewind?
music. Of course I played your music.
I need a. No, sir. This is what you get for now. We can circle back when you can count.
Okay. Where's he gone, Sneaker?
Where'd he go? That's it for Ye. But it's nice to meet you, Piers.
Where's he gone?
I think he's going back to work. There's several things he's working on. I was not.
He's probably, I
aware
know
he
what
was
he's working
gonna
on.
Leave like this, but it seems like
What-
he got
what-
upset about the.
so it's all just a game, is it?
Do you remember? This is like he's had so many crash outs. Do you remember whenever he put the Jewish star and the swastika together? Do you guys remember that? I feel like I forgot about that until right now. I forgot about that one. Yeah, I did too. There's been so many crazy things that have happened. We just forgot about that one. Galactic Genius? Yeah.
Is that the
Twitter
idea?
followers. Well, I mean, life is a video game, is it?
No, I just wonder what the point of this
What?
exercise was. Was he supposed to do an interview or not?
Are you supposed to do an interview? But I mean, the amount of Twitter followers, something like that, it's patronizing for no reason. You said his name incorrectly. You know his name is Ye. This is very public about that. Hopefully we could do it. I think this was good. We were prepared for a good interview. But come on,
Wait,
you know what
wait, didn't they fuck him around for days too about the interview?
you're doing.
What do you think I'm doing?
I think you were trying to patronize very intentionally by getting those two things, under his skin. Maybe it could have been about past interviews or because of what happened yesterday. But, I mean, this information is not that difficult to get right.
Yeah, we called him Ye, and we got his Twitter following count wrong by 1 million, from 32 to 33 million. Also, for the record, you guys
He did. Piers introduced him as Ye. He did. To Piers' credit, he did.
us around yesterday, and you seem to find that very entertaining and amusing in your live stream, which I'm sure you will now.
Wait, what's this?
And you seem to find that very for the ring count wrong by 1 million, from 32 to 33 million. Also, for the record, you guys dicked us around yesterday, and you seem to find that very entertaining and amusing in your live stream, which I'm sure you will now. You kept all my crew in Spain and here waiting, and then wasted their time. And then you got us all back now, and you've wasted our time again. And you again may find that funny and entertaining, and that's fine. I don't. I think it's a total waste of everyone's time and effort and money.
He's right. The thing is, he's fucking right. Piers has got a point. Yes.
Well, I mean, it is. I was ready for the interview yesterday, too. My time is important as well, regardless if it was wasted.
Bro, he's smart. You're smiling because you dicked them around. You did this. You know it's happening.
To admit, this is somewhat entertaining. This is going to be laughed at by many people. It's not what I expected,
what's entertaining?
But that was funny.
Well, to be fair, Sneeko, I think, is right. It is funny.
Undeniably, walking off right into the beginning of an interview is funny.
Yeah. Out of interest, what do you do with him?
I love where society is going. I really do. I think this is amazing.
Out of interest, what do you do with him?
I'm working on several films right now. I am streaming out here. I'm editing, and I work on things behind the scenes, some inspiration for art. I'm just there to try to help fulfill his vision.
Well, let me ask you the questions I would have asked him. So, I mean, out of interest, what is with his obsession with Hitler? Why is he so rampantly anti-Semitic?
I'm not going to answer questions on his behalf.
Well, you're going to have to, because he's not there.
Questions on his behalf.
He's not there.
What's that? What's that?
He's not there. Literally, he's dropping a track today called Heil Hitler. Why are you...
Did he actually drop it? Is it on Spotify? Is Heil Hitler on Spotify? Oh my God. Guys, Spotify hasn't uploaded it yet.
What's that?
He's not there. Literally, he's dropping a track today called Heil Hitler. Why are you happy to be associated with somebody like that, out of interest?
Well, I'm not going to speak on his art and his vision while
I'm asking you why you're happy to be associated with somebody who most of the world believes is now a rampant anti-Semite.
Well, you're associated as well. Your show's called Piers Morgan Uncensored.
Yeah.
You tried to get him censored on X, and here.
That's a Sneeko W. It is. That is a Sneeko W. He's right. Yes, they're both farming. I love this.
You are on the days we're going to release the song doing an interview with him. So we're all involved here. It's not like I'm the only one complicit.
Yeah, the reason I wanted to get him on was because I don't think anyone holds him to account for anything he does on X. And in fact, he deliberately breaches all of X's rules, and yet he does it.
I do have to admit that Piers Morgan trying to actually interview him in a legit way, I do feel like this is kind of a W. Because I do think that most interviewers don't want to do that. And Piers willing to just take the gloves off and do that, I do think is good.
with impunity and is allowed to do it, whereas millions of other accounts get suspended for far less offences. So I was going to ask him directly, which is why I mentioned his X following. I was going to ask him about what he puts on X and why he does this, why he continually attacks Jewish people, why he continually celebrates Adolf Hitler. And then I'm curious about, given he's not there, can't answer these questions, what your association is with this guy and whether you're comfortable to be associated with somebody who most people consider to be an anti-Semite.
I think I just answered this question. And these are good questions.
Has it ever occurred to you the irony of the fact that everybody that is surrounding and supporting Kanye and that's like pro-Hitler, that none of them are white? But that's kind of funny, isn't it? Like, it's kind of ironic.
I think I just answered half
We
of
haven't
that
answered
one.
the question, though, have you?
But, I mean, if I did, you said, what are you doing out here? And I said, I'm doing films and I'm recording behind the scenes and I'm streaming and I'm editing and helping fulfill his
Have you
vision.
been helping him with the track
if you-
Heil Hitler?
No, I don't. I'm not a music guy. And if you wanted to get questions about his Twitter or X correct, then you should have got the number of followers correct. That was something intentional that you knew what you were doing.
So I got
if you
the
know
size of his
everything
dick
about
wrong.
what he's
Is that
tweeting,
what you said?
This is the third dick reference in 13 minutes. We are so back.
well, if you know everything else that he's
This
tweeting,
is
you should have
great.
got that right as well.
Oh, don't be so pathetic, Sneaker. Honestly,
Yeah,
what you're
he
trying to do is
knows.
you're trying to get good content which will promote you, Sneeko. And I'm just curious how you, Sneeko, deal with the fact that you are so openly associating yourself
You asked
now
that question a
with
few
somebody
times,
who
and I
seems
mean, I
to
can ask you the
worship
same thing.
Adolf Hitler and is pro the Nazis. Do you feel comfortable about that?
No, we worship God. There's a
No,
if
no,
you're
he
gonna say it's
worships
pathetic
Adolf
that I'm
Hitler.
here promoting this. We could talk about how
He
pathetic it
worships
is that
Adolf Hitler.
you were essentially working for Israel up until a couple months ago and
Really?
promoting
When was I
things
working for
like
Israel?
genocide and not pushing back.
When was I working for Israel?
If it's pathetic,
I don't, no, I think Sneeko, no, I don't know, man. I feel like you've got to respect Piers. Piers has brought on, Piers was critical of Palestine and he was critical of Israel. Piers had Bassem Youssef, whatever. Like, that's just the first one out. He's had tons of Palestinian voices on his show. I think probably more than almost anybody else. Am I crazy? He farms both sides? Yeah, I think he's actually played both sides with this.
to make films behind the scenes of one of the greatest living artists, probably the greatest living artist.
Well, he certainly was.
You point the finger
He
at you and
certainly
say
was
it's pathetic as well.
he was a great artist. Unfortunately, he's become a rampant anti-Semite who adores Adolf Hitler, embraces Nazism, uses swastikas,
I'm pretty sure he says he loves
to
everyone.
sell his
I'm not
merchandise,
gonna speak
and
for
has a
him,
new
but
record out called Heil Hitler. So forgive me if I don't currently
the song
see
is
him
not. I mean,
as one of the
everything you're
world's
saying
great
in this question is
artists.
incorrect.
Yeah, but I don't see
Everything
him.
you're saying in this question is incorrect.
Sorry.
The song isn't out. The song isn't out for one, and two, he says he loves everyone. He says he loves Jews. He says he loves Hitler. He says he loves everybody. But
Right,
this
so when
could be,
so when he
yeah,
says,
well,
let me ask you, given you're the one sitting there, he said Jews were better as slaves. You have to put your Jews in their place and make them into your slaves. You then said make your Jews work for you, but watch them as close as you can. Whip the Jews. You comfortable with that, Sneaker?
Is he smiling? Yes.
And whip the Jews. You comfortable with that, Sneaker?
I think it's. I find it funny. That's not something that I would do personally. I don't whip
You think it's
anybody.
funny,
I
do you?
don't,
Whipping
condone
Jews?
slavery.
Using Jews as slaves? You think
I
that's
think
funny?
the context of that is funny. Yeah.
What's the
also
humor?
to remove any sense of humor
I'm missing
from
the
that is
humor. What's the
ridiculous.
humor?
It's. I mean, do you want me to break down a joke for you?
You think it's a joke, do you, about whipping Jews?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a joke because I've been here for a couple weeks and he hasn't whipped any Jews.
Really? So because he hasn't actually...
This is so good.
actually whipped any yet.
Yeah,
That's a joke.
he really has.
Yeah.
Really has. But Piers, before I leave, I don't want to speak on his behalf. If you're agreeing
But what
that
choice
he's
do we
the
have? You
greatest
set
living
this
artist
thing.
right now,
You set this farce up. He's dicked us around. You're the one left, so you're going to have to be accountable for him. Unless you want to walk away too.
accountable. What do you want to hold me accountable?
If you don't want to answer questions either, you are free to stand up and walk away like a little sniveling
Well, you can ask
coward
questions.
too.
If you have questions for me, then I'll feel
You
free
know
to
what?
answer
Here's my
those.
question
But
for you.
just when it comes to Ye,
Why is your mate Ye
is this
such
whole
a...
thing going to be interrupting, or
Why is your mate
this whole
Ye-
thing just
why-
going to be
look,
interrupting?
mate,
Or do you want me to speak
look,
at all?
You're sounding like Andrew Tate Light, like his annoying little younger brother we never knew about. Okay? Doesn't work.
Jesus. Jesus, man. Oh, God.
With me. Okay? You set this thing up. It's obviously some kind of elaborate prank.
Okay,
that you're
your
pulling
team asked
with
me to
your
do
mate
this.
Ye.
If you want to be
But given
Netanyahu
that you-
light on TV,
But given you want to make...
if you want to be
okay,
Dave
you think it's
Portnoy
all
with
funny,
the suit,
it's fine.
then
What do Dave Portnoy and Netanyahu have in common? I don't know either.
Sure. If you want to do ad hominem attacks, then why invite someone on your show? I set this up because your team asked me to do it. I did everything that I could. If I knew that this would, I'm not here wasting your time. You're angry at
Who's the
me
doctor?
for setting up an interview that you wanted. If you have questions for me, I'm happy to answer those.
Here's
If you
my
want to keep
question.
doing
Why did
insults,
your-
there's no point in me being here.
Why did Ye stand up like a sniveling little coward and walk away before I could ask him difficult questions?
For the third time, Piers, I don't know if you have a hearing problem, but I'm not going to answer questions on another man's behalf. But
Really?
thank you for
Even though
having
you
me. If
set
would
up
like
the
to talk
interview with
one-on-one
him.
another time, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's
thank
done
you.
him for me? He's a sniveling little coward. And he's an anti-Semite and a Hitler worshipper. That's what I would have asked him if he'd had the balls to sit there and take the questions. And there you are, proudly associating yourself with him. Good luck to you, Sneeko. Everyone can see you for what you are. Piers Morgan Uncensored is proudly independent. The only boss around here is me. If you enjoy our show,
Man.
only one simple thing.
Man.
Hit subscribe on YouTube and follow
That was a
Piers
good
Morgan Uncensored
episode.
on Spotify and
That
Apple
was some
Podcasts.
real
And in
quality
return,
content. Here,
we will
let me link
continue
you
our
guys the
mission to
video.
inform, irritate,
Yeah, that was
and
cinema.
entertain.
Let's get it.
Do it all for free. Independent, uncensored media has never been more critical, and we couldn't do it without you.
Here is the crazy fucking thing. almost 8,000 dislikes. Now, according to Hassan, he said the dislike extension wasn't accurate, and there's a good chance this one could also be inaccurate, but from my experience making content, the dislike extension is within a 10% deviation of the accuracy of the actual count. That being said, a lot of people are fans. This whole thing going to be interrupting. Corey Sneeko hasn't seen the show before. Once the guy banned from X proceeds to beg for an interview. 13 minutes of getting Piers getting rage baited. This is actually a Sneeko interview with the Ye cameo. And it's so satisfying to see Piers beg for content. Yep, that's right. Well, I mean, wouldn't you? You spend 3 or 4 days fucking around with this, and then you finally get it to happen, and it goes for 2 minutes? Yeah, I'd be like, okay, can you please just answer like 3 things so we can have 1 episode out of this? Yeah, I'd be so fucking annoyed. The Ye song is up on YouTube. Oh my God. Guys, we're not listening. We're not listening to this song called Heil Hitler, okay? I'm sorry. Like, I'm not like, listen, right now I have the moral high ground with complaining about other people playing things on their stream that they shouldn't. I think that goes away if I play this song called Heil Hitler, all right? We're not doing it. I'll be right back.
exactly today. Did you tell her that?
He's ever told a lie?
I don't think he tells many lies.
Well, what about the lie about how he wasn't going to do a pardon? Because that was a pretty big one, right? Well, maybe he forgot that he said that. I could see that. Maybe he forgot he said he wasn't going to do the pardon. That's possible. Didn't he preemptive pardon? Yeah, for 10 years.
I don't think he tells many lies. I don't think he's done a... You know why you don't make me laugh like that? Because you support a guy who lies every freaking day and lies continuously. You support a guy who cannot acknowledge...
This is the crash out that I mean, is that whenever people like this ever get called out, they create like this weird thing where it's like, oh, okay, well, yeah, we're making stuff up, but you're also making stuff up. It's like, oh, okay, so then you're making stuff up. All right, yeah, that's what I thought.
That he lost the 2020 election. And that lies about
Yeah.
it. I have no idea what's in Jackson.
Instead of debating, they do personal attacks? Yes, exactly.
Have you read it? Thank you very much. Okay.
Okay, yep, there we go. And
Flip styles at first time chat.
Oh my god.
That's crazy. Everybody thinks we're view botting. Everyone's like, oh.
We're just on the front page.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on.
here we go.
All the projects, the benefits. How do you lead the world without having the best infrastructure in the world? How do you lead the world without having the best healthcare in the world? How do you lead the world?
Guys, I'm so scared.
Here we go.
Is the new lizard that's wearing this bodysuit, did it not fit him?
How do I do this? This is such a...
They've got to get a new lizard that wears this bodysuit, man. This one didn't fit.
Both legs in. And if you could get it to here, that's
Without having the best education system in the world. How do you lead the world when you don't have that done?
Jesus Christ.
Lead the world without having the best education system in the world. How
Oh, God.
the projects.
I'm so claustrophobic.
Oh, Jesus, man. And, yeah, the FN too? I don't know, but, yeah, it's just a crazy world. Let's see here. And that's when you change the robot. Yeah, exactly. And where's the rest of it here? That's what you change the robot? Yeah, guys, I've said this before. I've got to say it again. Apparently, people don't really understand this. Is that if you type me the same message multiple times, you will get permabanned. It's not about what the message is. Like, for example, people are messaging me to, like, watch that one Indian guy that we watched yesterday, and, like, I actually did like watching that. It was good. But you're not getting banned for what you were saying. You're getting banned for saying it multiple times. If I ignore your message for the first couple of times, there's probably a reason for it, and I just don't want to hear it. Yeah, I don't want to. It's annoying to me, and so just don't do it. How do you feel not know this by now? Well, there's always... Here's the real reason why. The real reason why is because a lot of people watch the show. There's a lot of people that watch the show. And because there's a lot of people, there's always new people. We get thousands of new viewers every single day. And so because of that, some people might not be aware of it, and I want to remind it. Yeah, I wonder how much time is lost whenever you're addressing this. That's a great point. Let's move on.
Shirley, you are your husband's fiercest advocate and a close advisor, and it's been reported that you created a sort of cocoon around him and kind of limited his interactions with the media and others. Do you think you could have been too close to the situation to objectively gauge whether he could handle a full 4 more years?
I was with Joe day and night. I saw him more than any other
Well,
person.
look, I mean, we had Eleanor Roosevelt running the country before. I think, was it Wilson? I forgot which one it was. His wife ran the country. Like, this has happened before. It's not like it's unheard of that this happened. So it's not a big deal, but just come out and just like, I mean, can we just fucking admit it?
And I woke up with him. I went to bed at night with him. So I saw him all throughout the day, and I did not create a cocoon around him. I mean, you saw him in the Oval Office. You saw him making speeches. He wasn't hiding somewhere. I didn't have him, sequestered in some place. I mean, that's
Wish she had.
Was that hurtful to you when they were describing you?
old Joe is doing another one of my favorite tricks. Tell him the truth and have him laugh it off. Just say it. Yep.
In some place. I mean, that's
Wish she had.
Yeah, there it is.
Was that hurtful to you when they were describing you as Lady Macbeth and
Yes,
all of
it
those?
was very hurtful. It was very hurtful, especially from
That woke
some
him up?
of our
Yeah.
so-called friends.
Yeah.
Naturally.
He had to recharge after. Oh God. Oh fuck. I really hate the fact that Trump goes with Crooked Joe because Sleepy Joe was so much better. It was so much better, bro. Like, yeah. And a connection down. That was 10 seconds later.
He wasn't
Watch.
hiding somewhere. I didn't have him, you know, sequestered in some place. I mean, that's
Wish she had.
All right.
Was that hurtful to you when they were describing you as Lady Macbeth?
Yes,
and all of
it
And
was
here we
very
go.
It was very hurtful, especially from some of our so-called friends.
All right. Well, disabled. Bro, you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of a Furby. Remember those back in the 90s and the 2000s where it's like these like weird little stuffed animals and they would just go out and say one thing and then they would just go back down to doing nothing? Yeah, on low power mode. Yeah, basically, right? When you know the thing's breaking. Let's see if there's any more of this, but yeah, there we go. I think it's pretty funny to see this happen, and yeah, I mean, it's funny and it's sad. I've got to say also that it's also sad to see it because I feel bad for him being put in this position. The fact that like this guy, I mean, let's be honest, right? I mean, he's a public servant for 50 years. I mean, at least let the man retire with some dignity. Everybody's laughing at him from being old. He's 83, 84 fucking years old. Let the man retire. He's had 3 fucking brain surgeries. Jesus Christ. But man, as for 50 years, yeah, I mean, what is going on here? And let's go back over here. I'll see if I can find some more of this here and figure out the rest of it because there's been a couple of these as well. But this is kind of a, let's see, where the fuck did it go? This is the Death Stranding thing. I don't know if I'm really going to look at that right now. And I got to find, there's been so many of these posts that I've missed out on. I only got through like half of this, honestly. It's been a lot. And let's see if there's any of the new ones from today. No retiring for the greedy? Yeah, I guess not, right? I mean, I think that's basically it. This is the thing I looked at yesterday as well. Listens to HH, immediately cuts off Netanyahu and recognizes Palestine as a state. Now,
Gotcha. 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 Gotcha.
I don't know, guys. I don't know what it could be. Oh, this one's been getting really popular. People have been talking about this a whole lot. A lot of opinions about this one. Let's go ahead. We're going to get it. Let's see it. Can we listen to Kanye's new album on stream? No, I don't think so. We listened to the important one.
If you're a man in your 30s and you're single and you live in New York or San Francisco, please stay. Everyone else can swipe up. Great.
Give
now
me
that
1
I
second.
have the
Let me
attention of the
turn
people that I
this up.
need.
Let me turn it up. Popular is this? How many views did it get? 11 million views. 11 fucking million views on the Twitter. That's a lot.
If you're a man in your 30s and you're single and you live in New York or San Francisco, please stay. Everyone else can swipe up. Great, now that I have the attention of the people that I need, I have a question for you. So, we are in our 30s. See, there's a group of us. We're all single. I would say all my friends are pretty much like 9 out of 10. great in all sorts of ways. Hot, stunning, beautiful, great personality, and great jobs. But single as a Pringle. And a lot of us think that the men in New York are just exponentially better. But then on TikTok, it's like New York men are equally as bad as SF men. But here's the problem with men. They feel really one note.
The problem with a lot of these girls is that they don't understand the fact that guys don't give a fuck about a girl's job in 9 out of 10 circumstances. And in the cases that they do, it's mainly a guy that's worried that women are going to like take advantage of him for his job or something. Like, that's really what it is. That's the real reason. And also, it's like usually a guy in his 30s that's looking to hook up with a woman in her 30s is probably looking to start a family. Because if he's just looking to hook up with a girl, he's going to be looking for the girls in their 20s. How do I know that? Well, because of every single chart that I've ever seen and every single instance, human biology, basically because of everything. What's informed me on this decision? Well, everything.
Everyone is a software engineer. Everyone's in tech. Everyone's like quite vanilla. They don't really have high or any EQ. And like the conversations just feel like I am going to pluck my eyeballs out. It's either like these men want to get married tomorrow or like don't know how to date. And it's just like, well, where's the normal people? The normal men. So
maybe they're not in San Francisco or New York in these tech firms that you keep trying to go for, right? This is like going and dating OnlyFans girls every single time and being like, man, they're all hoes. I can't get away from this. Holy shit, they just keep what is this?
I know I'm going to get a lot of hate in the comments, but I am
Quit buying a fox and thinking that it's going to be a cat. You can't get a lizard and make it act like a dog. It's a different animal.
I'm curious. Are the men in New York better? Is this true? And if so, what are the pros and cons of dating in either of the cities? It's just been unsuccessful, for a lack of better words. It's been a minus out here. And as someone who's lived in many cities, I lived in Boston, Chicago, Kansas City, LA, I feel like there should be like the biggest, highest percentage of success in SF. But it's been the opposite. So tell me more.
Anyway, so here's the reason why it happens. The reason why it happens is that a lot of guys, and this is really the thing. Women will never understand that. Would you rather marry a 35-year-old 9 out of 10 with a great job and 20 past sexual partners, or a 22-year-old 9 out of 10 grocery clerk with no sexual partners? Have very different average answers for men and women. Yeah, it's the thing is like that's the way that guys feel like it. I mean, the thing is also like even with VTubers. They even invented a word for this. They calling them hags now. Now, when does a girl become a hag? That's hard to say. But, I mean, besides, there's some fucking freaks that have some answers we're not even gonna... no, you don't even type that shit. You fucking stop that shit right now. No jokes. No jokes about this weird shit. People say it's like 25 or 30. That's the facts. That's the fact. That's the way it is. And so a lot of these girls don't get that. They don't understand that. And so they buy into this idea and they get confused. They don't understand it at all. And the problem is once the age gap gets too large, it becomes weird. Most 30-year-old guys don't want a 20-year-old girl as a partner. I mean, I don't know who does and who doesn't. It depends on what the reason for it is. Like, I mean, I'm not really trying to like, what do most people want? They do. I think that it's different, right? Like, guys want to hook up with a girl that's that age, but they don't want to be in a long-term relationship where you live with a girl that's that age. I think that's probably where you're at. You know, like, so it's pretty good. No. Am I crazy for this shit, right? That's what I would say. And that's just what makes sense. Now, we're going to look at this right here. If there are truly 9 out of 10s, they'd be drowning in dudes. Yeah, exactly, right? And a lot of people have talked about this. I'll read some of the comments. And she's not a 9 at all. I mean, I don't know if she's not. Like, I don't like commenting on women's appearance, right? I try not to comment on women's appearance. Now, I might imply a thing or two, but like I don't really comment. But anyway, Okay, that's a bit much. We're not gonna read that one. And yeah, between girls like thinking their 9s and their 5s, the incel pandemic, I feel like the best solution is to bring back bullying. Yeah, homeless drug addicts, barebacks, film musicians, tennis instructors having better dating prospects than 10x software engineers. Yeah, of course, right? I mean, a lot of girls, like, they care about a guy making money, but like once a guy makes enough money to take care of himself, you know, like a guy that's making, like, let's say, you know, $150,000 a year is not 3 times less attractive than a guy making $450,000 a year, right? There's like a fucking, there's like a scaling thing, right? And that's, I mean, and that's common sense, right? Obviously it does, because like there's less things that's going to really make a big difference. We're not going to watch that, bro. Like, yeah, exactly. And so anyway, and a lot of these girls that talk about like, oh, these guys don't have any personality, guys don't have any personality. But what are you talking about for personality? What are you even getting into, right? Like, what are you interested in at all? And what guys want, conventionally attractive, but not always necessarily a 9+. They won't jump on another guy's dick. I think that most guys, and this is the case for a lot of men over 30, is that if they're looking to get involved with a girl, one of the most important things is they don't want extra problems. That is the main thing more than anything that they do not want. Do not create more problems. If you have an issue with your friend and you want me to deal with this problem and mediate some... oh, Jesus Christ. Right, it's like you've got a job, you've got 99 problems, but yeah, exactly, right? 99 fucking problems. And so that's one of the main things. And there's a lot of girls that don't really understand this, and I think that's one of the main things. For men, looks is entry barrier. Personality is what determines relationship suitability. Yeah, it's just people like girls that are drama, or that like, and there's also these girls that like will always, I don't know if you've had this happen, right? They always try to get you to do shit that you don't want to do. It's always trying to get you to do shit that you don't like. It's always like, it's like, oh, well, come and do this thing with me or do this thing. They know you don't like it. Why do they keep trying to make you do it? But all the time, yeah, what the fuck are you doing? It's annoying. And so, yeah, and I'm just saying, ABGs, it's not about being Asian or not. There's plenty of white girls that are fucking annoying too. Like, you really think that there's only one race of girls that's fucking annoying? No, I can tell you, how many of you guys know that's not fucking true? That's definitely not fucking true. And so that's it. It's universal, bro. Yeah, that's not the reason. And this is why you're called an incel, but true. Well, everybody calls me an incel, but at the same time, nobody says I'm wrong. And like, again, if you're talking about, and this is what these girls don't understand, right? Is that if you bring problems into a man's life and you're looking to date guys that are in San Francisco and New York that have tech jobs, that are working a lot, this guy has a very limited amount of time that he has to himself that he has to focus on. And you are bringing more problems, you are involving him in things he doesn't want to be in, etc. This is not going to work, bro. Like, it's not going to work. You don't have time for that shit, bro. Like, that's all there is to it. And yeah, that's it. Girls that are 5 out of 10 have an inflated value because of Tinder and dating apps and easy guys. Well, no, there are, I mean, and that's definitely true. There's a lot of guys that'll hook up with a girl, and I think that there are a lot of girls that treat a guy being interested in them as a guy being interested in having a relationship with them. These are two very, very different things. So, like, with a lot of guys, I'm not going to talk about really everybody, but I think this is the case with a lot of guys, is that with a guy, has there ever been a moment whenever you've been, like, around a girl and you've decided this is where the line is? It's dating but not moving in, or it's moving in but not getting married, or, you know, like, it's going to be all the way. This woman's, like, the best person ever, right? And, like, yeah, girls don't understand. So, and I think girls do the same thing. I think they do. And, like, there's, and usually, correct me if I'm wrong, it's because of something stupid, right? It's like, oh, a little thing that was just, like, weird, and you're like, right? This like the unironic, like the, you know, like the girls talk about like getting the ick, right? I think that a lot of guys do have, they have the same thing happen because they're unstable. Yeah, exactly, right? And so, yeah, stars on my neighbor Tom. Yeah, bitching about toilet seat. Yeah, anything like that, right? And honestly, if I date someone, I want to go all the way, not just for fun. Well, I'm talking about like in general, right? But like what my point is that like there's a moment that usually guys will have where they will realize that this relationship has an end goal and it's not marriage. That's really what the difference is. And so that's really what it is. Braxton was giving. So this is what happens with these girls, right? Is they have all these guys hitting them up. All these guys, they're like, oh yeah, you're so beautiful, you're so hot. Like, oh yeah, I want to talk to you. They don't want to talk to you. This is simply a requirement that they have to talk to you. They don't want to talk to you. They have to, because it's just it would be awkward otherwise, right? And so yeah, and that's it, bro. I have never heard this before in my life. Wow. Wow. This is why they say this is the main base for incels. I guess that's the case, right, guys? That must be it. Holy fuck, Sleeper. I've never heard this. Like, I've like the amount of racist, sexist, bigoted, homophobic jokes that I know, I actually have never heard this before. This is impressive. This has expanded my scope of knowledge. And yeah, this is another way that I can now discriminate against a group of people systematically, which is really great for me. I love those. Anyway, let's go back. We'll see if any more of these. And a San Francisco 9 is an LA 3. I don't know. Like, but anyway, talking about you, yeah, some like whatever. Don't ask, don't tell. Yeah, it's real sad. Women being a self-proclaimed 9 out of 10, but in reality, they're nowhere near. Well, I think there's also a lot of that. And tortas or sleepers, for example. Honestly, man, I think tortas more often would be the keepers. At least you know that. At least they know how to cook, right? You know. Yeah. I mean, I've date these girls that are a little bit overweight. They're a little fine that I know that dates like one of these like women that's overweight and you know she's not super attractive. Do you know what all of them are? They're all in a happy marriage. They are. And the thing is, like, and that then there's right, and I gotta say it, right? Yeah, it's like investing in Microsoft in 2009. Well, I mean, maybe, right? Yeah, happy marriage is greater than an attractive disaster. I once dated a girl because she was tall and rich. I feel sad. Yeah, well, that probably didn't work out very well, did it? The more attractive they are, the more problems they come with. Who's this? Yeah, anyway, let's see. So, I forgot, what was I saying? Give me a... Give me a fat bitch any day? That shit got auto-modded. It popped up, I saw it. Oh, fuck. Okay, anyway, yeah, there you go. Some of those problems are worth it. Yeah, definitely. And, well, there you go. And so I saw this, I thought it'd be funny to talk about, but, yeah, it's really sad. And, let's go back over here. Men wanting girls, to just lie there during sex would never make sense to me, but go off. I don't know about that. And, what age is the guy in the scenario? Because I cannot think of an appropriate age for dating a 35-year-old. Dating a 35-year-old or a 22-year-old would work. I think that I mean, well, if you go back in time, there's a lot of examples of this working out. Like, I'll tell you this, right? Would I want to date a girl that's like way younger than me? Would I want to date a girl that's 10 years younger than me? Probably not. That's just the truth. Probably not. 10 is a big number. My grandma married my granddad. She was 11 and he was 21. I have a really funny joke for that nobody's going to hear. Yeah, sorry, guys. And, yeah. I already know it? No, probably not. I'm pretty creative. And so anyway, also don't date a girl solely because she's into your favorite band. Would you want to date a girl that lives for attention and gets attention from others? You mean would I want to date a girl that's a streamer? Would I date a girl that's a streamer? Yeah, sure. I would actually prefer that. Because that would give me the option and the ability to like, because the problem is like streaming and doing stuff like that is it's like kind of a unique job. So it would be good to like have a girlfriend that was at least in some form of content creation business, or like at least did it for some degree. So she would understand what's going on. You see kind of what I'm saying, right? I mean, that's what would make sense. So like, I mean, yeah, sure, definitely. And like, yeah, you've got also like, yeah, OnlyFans. I've dated 3 girls that have done OnlyFans. Technically 2, but really 3, actually. Yeah. So that'd be it. How about a VTuber? A VTuber? I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's not really, it's just a car. It doesn't matter one way or another, right? And so, yeah, anyway, let's not do it. No, guys, we chill out with the suggestions, stuff like that. Like, it's weird, boys. It's weird, boys. Everybody here's 30 years old. We're all 30. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And so, anyway, no, but I do think, like, for me personally, that is the way that I would feel, right? Of course it would be. And let's see here. No Fansly chicks? Well, I mean, I'd be fine with that too, right? I mean, there it is. You want to fish where the fish are. And there's a lot, if there's a girl that's popular on OnlyFans, it's probably because she's hot. But also, one thing that I've learned is also that sometimes they're crazy. Sometimes they're really crazy. And so, yeah, it's one of those situations, right? And so, yeah. Anyway, I'm 24, soon to be married. Congratulations, man. That's incredible. Yeah, I think that's awesome. And apparently also, but yeah, I did want to talk a little bit about that again. But yeah, that's really the reason. That's why guys, that's the way guys think. And like a lot of guys don't want to talk about that. Also, there's another thing too, where like I'm gonna just say some things right now that are probably things that you can get canceled for. People would get mad at you for saying, but I'm gonna just say them because somebody needs to say them. Is that a lot of guys don't want to date a girl that makes more money than them because it's emasculating. A lot of guys also want to date a girl that's younger than them because it just feels like it makes more sense biologically, I think, for a lot of guys to do that. A lot of guys also would rather date a much younger girl with a lot less sexual partners. Now, personally, I don't really care about how many sexual partners, a girl has had. Now, like, I mean, if you're talking about like 300, like, oh my God, right? I mean, like, this is a train station at that point. But like the difference between like 3 and 30 to me isn't like massive. Like, and that's emotional. Like, that's emotional. And like, by the way, if you say you're only going to date a girl that's never had a sexual partner before, that's totally fine. But I'm just telling you guys, that's the way that I like that. This is my personal emotional judgment, right? And so anyway, 20 is a train station. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, 30 is kind of a lot. But anyway, like, yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, above 10 is crazy. It's kind of a lot. But like, anyway, it's not something that I'll tell you this. I have never asked a girl how many guys that she slept with. I've never even asked the question. Is that weird? Not once in my life. Yeah, it's useless. Yeah, I just never have. I mean, gentlemen, yeah, I feel like it would be an inappropriate, rude question. Yeah, like, I don't know. They won't remember anyway. Oh, because they're all hoes and it happens so much they forget and they don't keep track. Yeah, for sure, man. Anyway, so that's one of them. And then, and I think the reason why a lot of guys don't want to have a girl that's like that, there's a number of reasons why guys don't want a girl that has a high body count. Number one is that it makes them feel insecure whenever they have sex with the girl, because they're always thinking in their mind, what if she thinks that, you know, one of these other 29 guys was better than me? Comparing, there's definitely that. There's this also as well, is that if she's had this many other sexual partners, what are the probability? Have you guys ever seen the photo of like all the guys waiting in line with like the girl? And like there's one guy holding like with a suit with like flowers? My favorite version of that is when there's a dog in the line. But anyway, but that's a whole different situation, right? And hey, what can I say? And so oh fuck, where was I at? Right, so those are the two main reasons. And also, so like basically, if you're dating a girl that's been with a bunch of different guys, right? That's gonna make you feel it's insecurity. No, it's not. So like whenever I would take applications from people to join my WoW guild, if somebody was in 3 different guilds inside of one expansion, I'm gonna tell you a little secret. It's because this person is a problem. So if you just can't find a home, you can't find a place, you can't get along, you're hooking up with tons of different people all and over, you're gonna have problems with people, right? It's the same as y'all ever had some fucking bitch, and I'm not talking about a bitch as a girl, I'm talking about a person who is a bitch. I'm talking about some fucking bitch that everywhere they go, there's a problem with somebody else. They've got a problem. Like, there's always, like, friction that they have with somebody. There's always some kind of, like, an issue that they've got. Like, some kind of weird fucking, like, oh, well, but they said this shit about me. Like, that Karen. Yeah, exactly, a Karen. And it's serial problem havers. Exactly. And these bitches ruin your fucking life. They do. And then the worst part about it is they cash checks. Or sorry, they write checks and they want you to cash them. They're writing a blank check for their fucking drama. And so anyway, yeah, you're the asshole person. Yeah, exactly. And so if I see a person that has falling outs with all their friends, it's because they're a crazy bitch. That's the reason why. Like for me, like for example, like think about all my friends, bro. Like I've had friends for 20 fucking years, man. I've had no problem. I talk to people that I've known my whole life. I grew up with them, middle school, some even elementary school, high school. Like I don't have issues with people, right? It's not even a thing. But like, and you got these other people, I'm not going to name any names, but you know who we're talking about, that everybody that deals with them, there's always some kind of shit. And you cannot deal with that. I'm actually not talking about Hassan. Like, I'm not close enough to Hassan to like really know about like a lot of like his personal relationships, right? Like I just I know him, right? I mean, sure, but like we don't talk like that, right? Like I don't hang out with him on a regular basis, so I'm not sure. So like it's a bit different. And anyway, so people say Pokewalls. Poke and I, we kind of worked things out a little bit. We did. I saw him at Emmy's party, and we talked about it. It's not a big deal. It's no big deal, right? I mean, like, I see where he's coming from. He sees where I'm coming from. Everything's fine, right? Like, it's not a big deal. And so I don't have these issues with people, right? Other people have issues with them. And so anyway, yeah, it's not a big deal. And so chat fishing around for drama. No, I don't cause issues at all. And so anyway, you have people like this that cause trouble. And so like that's the body count thing. So like that goes back to the body count thing, because like if you got some girl that's been with 20, 30 other guys, why aren't these guys still with her? Might be a reason for that. Do you want to find out? Maybe, right? Maybe. Crazy factor? Yeah, exactly. My girlfriend had more than 100 and she's totally fine, bro. Good for you. I hope you're happy. Like, I'm not judgmental. You can be, listen, it's not relatable. It doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. Like, to me, like, I'm not judgmental about other people's relationships at all. I'm not. Like, I'm not like that's how I never memed on like Destiny or Sneeko for like cuck stuff. Like I'm actually very open-minded. I'm the most, well, we know this, right? But I'm the most open-minded, the most accepting, and the most like kind of progressive streamer. It's actually me. It's not anybody else. It's me. But they just don't realize that because they're the ones that are bad. But I'm not. Anyway, so most humble, well, that too, but it's obvious. So yeah. And again, like everybody jokes around about this, but the fact is, it's fucking true. And anyway, let's go back. I'll see the rest of these. Apparently, people been getting in trouble. They were celebrating Hitler's birthday. Yeah, which is like, I don't know, like, isn't that kind of late? Like, I mean, damn, like, yeah, it's a bit lot. Yeah, it's a 44, right? Yeah, 420. Yeah, it's like, isn't this a bit late? Yeah, he was born on 420. Like, what's going on? And wow, bro, that cake looks like shit. I'm gonna be honest, it looks awful. And so anyway, like black icing like that. Ugh. Anyway, so we have a degree golfing with some Jews today. No surprise, the weather is perfect. Boys, people do not understand the level of if what the fuck is this logic? Okay, let's break it down. Why did the fires in Hawaii happen? Jewish space lasers. Of course. And so there's an understanding that there's the ability to control the weather. And so obviously if the Jewish people were going to go out and go golfing, they would make sure that it wouldn't rain. That's right. That's right. We are entering into a realm. Whenever I said that Kanye West will run for president, I want you to understand that every single day I become 0.01% more right. It's a lot. It's a whole lot. Look into it before you embarrass yourself. Embarrass myself about what? What is it? Like, oh, about the weather thing? I understand that they can control weather to an extent. I'm fully aware of that. They not being Jewish people, but just in general. Yeah, of course there's a degree of that. It's called HARP. I understand that. Of course. Yeah, salt seeding, yeah. This isn't new. Like, yeah, I really, no, I knew that. Of course, everybody knows this. And so, yeah, bro, like I'm telling you guys, this is nuts. Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, this is really Macron, Starmer, and Merz caught on video from their return from Kiev. A bag of white powder on the table. Macron quickly pockets it. Merz hides the spoon. No explanation given. Zelensky, known cocaine enthusiast, had just hosted them. Connect the dots. It's a giant bag of coke. Now, I do have an opinion about this, but I gotta take a piss and I'll come back. We're gonna get into it, all right? Give me a second. Sorry. Give me a sec. Settle down. Calm down, boys. Calm down. We're going to get to it. So, apparently, over in Kiev, things are getting lit. They doing cocaine and shit. Let's take a look at it. Let's watch the video. They're really happy.
It's a lot more. I'll be back in Poland.
And through my bathroom, huh?
Yeah. It's literally. We came through Germany.
Yeah.
And then we made it to France.
German bedroom and
yeah, we got through the border.
Right.
Make a photo and after that you will be allowed to have a drink.
Yeah.
Super.
Yeah.
On va bien.
Merci. Merci.
Thank you.
I think it's probably just a tissue, right? It's probably just a tissue. Isn't it? Yeah, it looks like it's just a napkin. Like they ran out of coffee. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's really another angle, same bag, same spoon. Wait, what? What? Real for sure. Let's see. So that's gonna be the angle. Let's get it. Ah, man, I don't know, guys.
And through my bathroom, huh?
It's literally a tissue. Like, the thing is that if this was cocaine, I think all of them should be taken off of their positions immediately. Not because they're doing cocaine, but because they're too stupid to hide it. I assume that they probably are doing cocaine. Shit. I mean, like, if I had to deal with this bullshit every fucking day, I mean, this guy's got to run the United fucking Kingdom. This shit's turned into a PvP server. Yeah, I'd be fucking doing drugs too. I'd be out of my fucking mind. Yeah, duh. But damn, bro, you're gonna just put it on the wood table right there. There's no way, man. There is no way this should happen. But if it did, that would be fucking hilarious. Surely they tried to issue what do you call it? Hide a tissue and spoon? Well, maybe. Do you see a spoon anywhere? No, I don't see a spoon. Where's the spoon? I don't see no spoon. Where's the spoon? Yeah, where's it at? There's no tea. And they put it on there because, like, usually what they do is they would put it on there as like a little bit and then they sniff it off, right? Like we've seen people do this, right? Like you all have seen people do this. And so that, how do you know? I saw it on Scarface. Yeah, it's on Scar. I watched that movie.
Yeah.
He got his hand over it too.
Yeah. On va bien. Merci. Merci. Make a photo and after that you will be allowed to have a drink.
Yeah.
Super. On va bien. Merci. Make a photo and after that you will be allowed to have a drink.
Yeah.
Super.
Look, it's probably not. but it might be. It might be, though, right? I mean, it might be. I don't know. So, is that Coke? Yeah, it is. Grow up. I mean, okay. Guys, I'm just not sure about this. I'm really just not sure. It could be one or the other. And I'm just thinking about this, and it's just... How many angles of it... Oh, geez. I mean, I mean, I never seen somebody use one of these for any reason except for that reason. I mean, the thing is, though, it's like I understand. Is a paper folded bag? Oh, man. You can't see it, but Hunter Biden's off screen. Is that right? Well, then for sure, right? Everyone's calling out Grok to call it out. The Coke incident, here's the view from the other camera. You see it, globalist leaders are making decisions about war under the influence. Listen, I have no problem that we're being ruled by crackheads. I've always assumed that we're being ruled by crackheads. Honestly, I wish some of the ones that aren't doing crack would start. It would probably improve their decision making. No, of course, right? This is, I mean, like, listen, yeah, they get shit done, exactly. Like, you ever seen a crackhead go to work? They get it done. Like, whatever it is, they get it done. Like, hypocrites, no, the thing is, like, but you can't, what's your, Coke doesn't really line up that clean without a card to make lines nearby, leave his smudges on the table. That's right. Yeah, that's true. They don't have anything to line. I don't know, guys. Ah, jeez. This is the highest resolution photo. I really want this to be cocaine, but I don't think it is. I don't. I really, really want this to be cocaine. It would be so fucking funny if this was cocaine. And they were all just going down there and doing cocaine and making decisions on like how to run Europe. That would be so funny to me. But I'm just not seeing it, guys. I'm not a believer. 2 points make a line. Why hide it if it's a tissue? Just to keep the camera clean? Like, to keep the image clean? Like, that's the reason why. I mean, obviously. I mean, yeah, for the photo op, yeah, it's a better photo. Like, for any... I mean, like, look at this guy, bro. Like, this guy's always trying to look good all the time. Like, you think he wouldn't do that? Bro, he absolutely would do that. What do you mean? 100% he would do it. And so, yes, and ask Grok to analyze it. It's strange the Pakistani Prime Minister didn't repost this. Well, no, then you would know that it was fake. And let's go back over here. I'll see if I can find any more of these too, because there's been a lot of crazy shit going on recently, as usual. Why is he trying to hide a tissue? I don't think he's really even trying to hide it. Like, it didn't feel like he was trying to hide it. I mean, maybe I'm wrong about that, but like, I'm not really seeing that. So yeah, for pictures, yeah, I think that's definitely what it would be, but I could be wrong. I mean, who the fuck knows? But the plan to what the fuck? Zelensky agrees to meet Putin in Turkey on Thursday after pressure from Donald. Oh my God.
regardless of the hypothetical reality where Kamala Harris would not be as bad as Donald Trump, which we have no proof for.
Okay. I'm trying to look and see if I find the rest of these. There's anything else going on here that is worth looking at. And let's see. There's some other bullshit. Okay. A plan to recognize the Palestinian state will be the focus of a four-way summit in Riyadh, including President Trump, according to Israeli outlet. Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman will host a meeting during Trump's visit with Syrian president, Lebanese president, also going to attend. Bro, they're actually going to turn this, they're actually going to divide this shit up and turn it into real estate. Is this shit going to happen? I think it might be happening. Oh my God. Israel has threatened to respond with unilateral actions following reports that President Trump and other world leaders may move to recognize Palestinian statehood. What unilateral, what actions? Wait, what are you talking? What do you mean actions? Are they going to complain? Let's be realistic. Lebanon, Syria, Saudi Arabia, and America dividing Palestine. I'm going to give you my conspiracy theory, okay? This is a big conspiracy theory. I think those guys are planning on just ignoring Israel, saying, let's divide up Palestine for ourselves, and we're going to do whatever the fuck we want with it. I think that's what they're thinking. I do. And I think that he met with MBS and the other guys over there, and I think that's what's going to happen. I know I might sound like a crazy person, but we're going to find out what happens. Probably leads to peace, unironically. Well, I don't know about that. And I'd rather they do that than give it to Israel. Gaza's going to get a golf course. I don't know. But probably, are you an oracle? So a two-state solution is realistic? Well, it might be a reality. Yeah, it might be dude, if Trump recognizes Palestine as a state and like legitimate, and he basically, bro, we're switching sides. Because the thing is, as far as I know, Saudi Arabia has never roached out on Donald. Have they ever roached out on him even once? Dumbest take? Well, isn't that the best proof that you have that it's probably happening? Yeah, okay, so you're saying that what I'm saying is really stupid. Okay, well that's... Uh-oh. That means it might be true. Dumbest take so far. Yes, exactly. Leftists will be so pissed if Donald is so pro-Palestine. Yes. But in what location will the Palestinian state be? Because it won't be Israeli land? I don't know, man. And the state of Palestine is recognized as a solid state. The UN, by over 75% of UN members. Leftists going crazy that Trump supports Palestine. Teams are about to get auto-balanced. Yeah, I honestly think that he could just get together with the boys and just divide this shit up and say fuck him. What do you think the probability is that Trump would do something like that? Yeah. Pretty high. It's pretty fucking high. Yeah, he's down for anything. There's no surprises. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, that's what it's going to be. He bought Iceland for a reason. Yeah, crazy. All this comes from children's storybooks. Trump gives no fuck about anyone telling him what to do. Yeah, I guess so. And, well, Hassan's going to crash out if Trump supports Palestine. Yes. What happens then? Yeah, if Trump recognizes them as an actual state, like, I wonder, like, how do you spin this? Trump wants to, but he's incompetent? Yeah, I don't know. And Trump has to kiss up to Palestinians now to get the hostages out. Maybe right. Yeah, I don't know. Actually, I don't think Trump gives a shit that much about the hostages to begin with, okay? But, yeah, if this does happen, it's going to be insane. The Israel Times admitted this as well. Can you imagine how stressed out they must be? Bro. So, like, the whole logic, and this is what the assumption is that Israel tried to compromise Trump with that signal leak. And because of that, Trump has completely frozen Israel out of everything. And he just said, fuck you, basically. He's like, all right, you want to play these games with me? Nope, it's not going to happen. And honestly, like, it's a massive betrayal. If Trump had a reason, if Israel was trying to play those kinds of games after we are funding them and helping them, we are their biggest ally, I say fucking deserved. That's my opinion. Fucking deserved. You going around getting involved with the signal leak? Yeah, exactly. We're their piggy bank? Yeah, you get what you fucking deserve. Isn't that what Ukraine did? Ukraine did not do that. No, it's not. Netanyahu took it too far. Still not buying it? Guys, what is this photo? Oh my God. Actually, guys, no. Somebody said it in chat. This is actually Kanye West's new album cover. Oh, God. MBS reportedly plans to press U.S. to recognize Palestinian state during a meeting. Wow. This is great news. Yeah, Palestine is not real. It does not exist. Okay, old ball. We got... Since when do gnomes have... Since when do gnomes have fucking Twitter accounts? How did this happen? Hostage released just now? Wait, really? Is that true? Yeah, wait a second. Is that true? Hostage from where? Let's see if I can find it. Yes? Okay, there could be gore here, so I'm going to look it up over here. Let me pull it up. This apparently might have just happened. There it is. Hamas will release American hostage Idan Alexander unconditionally, citing pressure from President Trump. U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff heads to Israel tomorrow to finalize the release. All right. W. Yep, that's what happens. I guess you do negotiate with terrorists. I don't think this is... It's a non-condition... It's unconditional. I don't think this is a negotiation. Right? I mean, that's about it. It's the same thing with the Houthis as well, right? I mean, like, the thing is that, yeah, it's unconditional. It was a demand. Yeah. They're begging it to stop? Well, no, the thing is that I think what they're afraid of is... They're afraid of Trump just bombing the shit out of them. And I think they saw what happened to the Houthis as well. They saw that, and like Trump just bombed the fucking shit out of them. They're all dead. He's posting kill cams of them. He's calling them losers. You know, everything like that. And to be fair, the Houthis surrendered, and Trump was like, they fought bravely, which is probably true. Honestly, to go up against the U.S. and Israel, fucking satellite bombs, and all you have are flying lawnmowers and an AK-47, yeah, you gotta have some fucking balls for that. But, yeah, works great, exactly. But, yeah, there were negotiations, and we know it because there were negotiations between USA and Hamas. Well, I don't know exactly what it is, but, yeah, 2X World War champs. And we signed a ceasefire with the Houthis just the other day, actually. Yeah, and so there it is. And so it looks like we're getting the hostages back, and there it is. They can't fight from the grave. No, of course not. They're afraid of raids by special forces, bombings, don't get hostages released. Yeah, of course they're afraid of that. I mean, absolutely. And the thing is that I think the American people, like, would totally support that. Like, like, especially with hostages, they totally would support it. Israel is bombing Houthi ports tonight. Is that true? Let me see. This is from 2020. This is from a few days ago. I remember seeing this. Yeah. They called for an evacuation, Houthi port evacuation. Oh. Israeli Air Force to imminently destroy 3 Yemeni Houthi ports of Ras. Yeah, wow. Immediate evacuation order was issued ahead of the airstrikes. Oh, shit. I don't think they would telegraph their playbook. I think that they would. Yeah, honestly, because like they don't. I don't think they really give a fuck about the Houthis being there. They just give a fuck about the Houthis using these ports to go and use ships to sail out and fuck with the other ships, right? That's the problem. Like if they're sitting there in Yemen causing trouble, I don't think they really give a fuck about it. So yeah, you can move a port. Yeah, you can't really move it. That's what it is. They want the civilians out. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it's good that they're telling them that. I mean, definitely. But wow. And so now they're giving up the hostages. Well, I wonder why that's happening. It's a mystery. You can move a port closer to the ground? Yeah, I guess so. Destroy infrastructures, tell civilians to leave beforehand, fuck around and find out. Yeah, there you go. The Houthis never give a warning? Well, that's why they're terrorists. So that's the whole point, right? Remember what I was saying about like them being a terrorist organization? But because they like target and kill civilians? Yeah, so that's now people are starting to you see how these pieces of the puzzle fit together now? It's interesting, right? This is why we're the good guys, exactly. And at least in some cases, right? But I feel like that's a lot of what's happened today. I think that I've gone through it. Let me make sure that I didn't miss anything else. And what is this here? Oh, let me see if I can find this real quick. And holy fuck. Holy fuck. How are people playing the game like this? Yeah, I didn't even know you could do that. How one man cooked Ubisoft? Oh no. Oh no, we're not watching that again. Give me a second. One man. Is this fantastic video, by the way? Is it really? Schedule 1 review. Oh no. Give me a second. Someone says, that's why Zach is a fence sitter. Am I sitting on a fence? Really? I mean, I feel like I take pretty strong stances for things in a lot of cases. Like I mean, I don't take a strong stance on everything, but I think I take stronger stances on a lot of issues with many things. Like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, and also sometimes I don't want to make a decision of something that I don't understand. Sometimes you do, though. Not sure on this. Well, the thing is that sometimes sitting on the fence is a good idea. Like, if you don't understand a conflict well enough, or you don't think that you understand it well enough, then wouldn't the smart thing to do to be reserve judgment and hold yourself back before you really just go and say, oh, this is the way it should fucking be, well, I mean, what is this? I said to Chatter because his logs are full of constant complaints. Just fucking ban him. Get him the fuck out of here. Tell him a little bitch. Get that fucking little bitch out of here. What's that little dick-sucking complaining ass bitch doing? Yeah, at least time him out for like a week or a month, you know? And yeah, you're a fence sitter because you don't dive in on my opinion. Yeah, there it is. But anyway, oh, bro, Schedule 1 beat the fuck out of you. That's true. That's a fact. Oh, bro, this shit went crazy.
All right, class of 25, I'm going to start this course with a little disclaimer. Don't do drugs. Sell.
It's too bad he didn't say that in French.
Sell them to everyone you see. In the business, we like to say Rome wasn't built in a day, but it could have been if everyone was on coke.
That's
Sell me this
true.
You can't. That's why you need my course. Free lesson. You see a cop, you go, hey, buddy, you like donuts? How about donut-flavored cocaine?
That's
You'll get
pretty
arrested.
good.
But you know where you'll get sent? To a magical place brimming with potential customers. When you feel your heart burning, your chest tightening, that isn't your penance for eating that gas station burrito earlier. That's the Jeff Bezos inside of you crawling to get out so he can hire undocumented Venezuelans for pennies on the dollar. Welcome to
Fuck
Side
yes, there it is. That's capitalism, boys.
Hustlers Correspondence Course, somewhat proudly making you the most okay drug lords since 1983. Some people like to say what we're teaching here at Side Hustlers Correspondence Course is bad, that we shouldn't do it because drugs are bad. Who says that? Bill Cosby? Pee Wee Herman? Nancy Reagan?
Say no to drugs.
She needed a hit of my slippery dog
Yeah, fuck that.
and to chill the fuck out if you ask me. Who else?
Yep.
Will Smith? How's that working out for him?
Not
I'm
so
moving more
good.
crack than the CIA. I'm thriving. I'm in my lane. Besides, what else should I be doing? Playing Ubisoft games? Their new shit's a black hole of soul. It'll siphon the soul out of your body through your controller. Schedule 1 was made by a single man named Tyler, and that man's soul is felt behind every Chinese shop owner that I turn into Shaq. You want to know how
Jesus Christ.
one man cooked Ubisoft? He let you put a horse's love lava on crack. Case closed.
Yeah, of course, because it's fucking funny. The thing is that all of these, like these new games and like everything, they're so sanitized and nobody wants that. Yeah, that's the
Case
Tim Wall
reopened.
special.
You want to know another
exactly.
reason for how he cooked Ubisoft? This is how I feel when I'm playing Schedule 1. This is what happens when you play AC Shadows. Hey, you! What do you think of Assassin's Creed Shadows? You want to be that guy shitting his soul out of every ROG? Good. Then let's get started with a tip from Side Hustlers Correspondence Course alumni Fleegle Lagasse. He runs the best cooking channel on the hub. You're gonna love this
Let's
guy.
see it.
Hey folks, welcome back to a little bam 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 in the morning. Fleegle tip number 1. Don't buy a horse spunk from Glock. They overcharge you because their supply comes from champion horses. You know, ones that win races and beauty pageants. They're at least top 3.
This is what
we
I did.
Get ours for so cheap because we buy that long shot horse jizz. That 1 million to 1 hip dysplasia waddler that never pays off until he pays off big. But for me, he always pays off big. You see this shelf? This all came from a horse that placed 27 out of 27 in 2009's Kentucky Derby. Keep this under your hat, but I've got a sweatshop
Holy shit.
of gunk from a horse that does Civil War reenactments, and he gets real method with it too. I mean,
That's
I can't
a lot.
tell you which side he fights for, but
That's a warehouse.
Let's just say he does not like rap music, except Kanye. He's fine with Kanye.
I wonder why.
Thanks, Fleekle. I didn't really need to fucking know any of that. Now let's get into the first module of the Side Hustlers Correspondence Course, Production. If you've ever played Cooking Mama, you're ready to